Hi, my name is Randy Woods. I'm one of the multi-manufacturing tech advisors and one of the general sales managers for DBS Associates. I'm here to show you how to install a retrofit single package vertical unit when replacing a Amana, York, First Company with the new multi-manufacturing SPV. Okay, first thing you do is you get the First Company unit out or the Amana unit out, and in doing so, up on top you're going to have ductwork. It's not here because this is a display trailer, but you'll disconnect the ductwork off the top in the closet. Put a metal strap on it, something to hold it up so it's not going to fall. Disconnect your electrical line voltage, low voltage, and then slide the unit out. When you slide the unit out, you're going to see the same platform through the wall sleeve. Check the gasket all the way around to make sure that it's in good shape, no rips and tears. And down here at the bottom, you're going to have a plastic coated rubber seal. If you don't have a good plastic coat on this, get some clear tape and put on there so you have a good sliding plastic over top of the rubber. One of the most important things down here is the condensate drain. That's over here. Below that, there's about a 6 to 12 inch area above the floor. There's going to be a P-trap right there. Now's the time to take your nitrogen or your CO2 and blow out that drain so it's clear and won't be leaking on the outside of the building as the overflow should do. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to slide the new unit in, and this is the multi-manufacturing 12 SPV. Two guys to do this, but we've kind of pre-prepped this so it's easy to show you how to do it. With the plastic on the rubber, this unit slides right in, no issue. Once you get it into the gasket, you just snug it on in each side. There we go. Give it a little push. Make sure the bottom down here all matches up, that you're plumb and you're in here all the way through. Check that gasket seal all the way around right before you go any further, because if you need to get in there and seal it with silicone, now is the time to do it. Okay, then you'll replace your supply duct on top. Ours is just a plenum with a grill, so we'll leave that off. Screw it back down, tape it down however it was refastened. Okay, the worst case scenario on a reinstall for this new unit is your First Company or York product is going to have a hole up here for the electrical. Their fused pole disconnect is in this location. So your wire and your steel flex is probably going to be short. We've just used SJ cord as a display unit, but you're normally going to have a steel flex coming in here tying into a connection similar to this. So what you want to do is get a small J-box, about 4 foot of wire. Steel flex is the best to use because this is going to protect anyone coming up to the unit. It's up to code. You're going to want a 90-degree connector, a straight connector, a J-box, and you'll already have one connector with the First Company unit that this will be encased in. So you bring the wires through, connect up your 2 hots and your ground in the J-box, secure the J-box to the unit, and watch out for the screws back here. Make sure you keep it all the way over. And this is approximately 19 inches from the multi-manufacturing penetration hole from the First Company penetration hole. So we've ran the line underneath here, through this compartment, up and into the fused pole, or the pole disconnect. In some locations, you may need to run this in Romex, or you may need to run this in steel flex. In California, it's fine like this. Anything behind a cabinet is considered control wire, so this is legal. Some areas I understand that you have to have that in Romex. So once you bring in your line voltage, connect your 2 hots to the line 1, line 2. If you're using a white wire, and this is 10 gauge wire by the way, if you're using a white wire, tape it with color. Make it red or black, yellow. Anything coming into a piece of equipment needs to be color, not white. White is neutral. White inside of a unit has already been UL'd, so it can be whatever color that UL is allowing it to be from the manufacturer. So that's your line voltage tie-in. Now, then your low voltage tie-in is coming in right here. On this side, we're going to supply you with this little rubber grommet. On this side, you run the wire through that grommet. There's a little box here that encompasses a rectifier. Just go behind that, around the back, come up through, run your wire in to the 24-volt control board. Now if you look here real closely, you see red and blue at the top. That's your 24-volt out, your common. Then you have the yellow jumper, that'll already be there. Then you've got the yellow for compressor, white for heat, green for fan. That's all you need. This unit does not require 3-speed fans because it's all done through the modulation of the compressor with the fans here. So you just need one fan wire. And that common can be alleviated. You don't have to have a common if you have batteries in your thermostat, but we have it here on this one to show you. This disconnect is just for your strip heat. Okay, just so you know what that is. And then this is your main board. This is your wave board, and this is your outdoor section board. This is your 24-volt control board. On your thermostat, if you take a note on the wiring on that, it matches the wiring on the board. Common, on this one it's going common, white, green, yellow, red, 24-volt heating and cooling. You can use any thermostat that allows you to switch over to electric heat. Regular heat pump thermostat will not work with reversing valve or B unless it is designed as a single circuit. So you do not want to energize O and B terminals like an existing thermostat. But if you have a Verdant system in your hotel, that can be switched over. Just get a hold of us. We'll tell you how to do that. So that's the wiring. So basically, this thermostat is going to come with every unit. Let me put it together and we'll turn it on. I'll show you what happens when you first energize this thing in heat mode. Okay. Right now we are calling for heat. 87 degrees at 66 room temperature. Okay, the fan will ramp up, and for 120 seconds, the strip heat will be energized. This is in the heating mode to preheat the coil and the system before it brings on the compressor. So for 120 seconds, you'll have the heat strips operating, no compressor operation, and then at the end of the 120 seconds, it'll kick into the compressor, and the compressor will bring it all on. So we'll just wait for that. While we're waiting for that, on this J-box configuration, you can see what I've used there. You can use half-inch steel flex, whatever you're comfortable with. But I recommend steel flex because it seems like the quickest way to get it all done. Make sure you put a cover plate on your J-box. Now, being that this unit is so much quieter than the competition that you're changing out, you'll have less room complaints from occupants, but you'll also have less awareness of the compressor running. The compressor is now energized and running. The heat strips are de-energized and running. I mean, not running. So right now it's going to start out, it's going to do a little test seeking through the sensors to find out how much it needs to ramp up to satisfy the heat load. Right now it's probably not going to ramp up too much because it's pretty warm out. We're running the heat at 87 degrees. It's 68 in the warehouse. So it's not going to be a real high rev. You will hear this going up and down as it satisfies the load. It'll seek what it needs to run at to be efficient. What you won't have is you won't have at 40 degrees, you can hear it ramping up a little bit. At 40 degrees, the competition that you're replacing there we go. Okay, it's done its thing. Now it knows how to operate at a low mode, efficient mode. At 40 degrees, your competition is running only electric heaters. This unit will run down to -5 degrees with only compressor. You're only going to have heat strip operation below 5 degrees, or in the event of a failure of the compressor, or when it goes into defrost. This unit is designed to run at almost a third of the power of your previous equipment. So when you're putting in a unit that says 5 kW, don't expect to be pulling 5 kW except for when it goes into defrost mode. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Again, I'm Randy with DVS Associates as a sales rep and Local Manufacturing with one of the team of sales service advisors. Thank you so much. Have a great day.